You owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family, you owe it to your friends, you owe it to all your hundreds, if not thousands, of ancestors who came before you. They struggled, they fought and died in the dirt to give you a chance. This is your time, this is your opportunity. You have to seize it.
I'm sorry.
Do not be sorry. Be better.
Tonight I'm angry. I'm angry because I wanted to quit. It didn't take much to set it off. Just the fact that my Brazil nut was rotten. I know it sounds asinine, unreal, stupid. However, in life, you set a goal and you have a lot of motivation at the start. As time goes by, you make a little bit of progress, you start to feel good about it. Your motivation, it's gone. It's way out there. It's nowhere to be found. And at that point, any little problem, any little discrepancy, any excuse, any reason to quit, your mind is going to seize on it. And your mind is going to tell you, that's it. This sucks. I've had enough. I'm going to eat 2 whole orders of Chinese food and play games all night long. Doesn't matter what you did yesterday, earlier in the day, last week. Doesn't matter how much progress you made. Doesn't matter that you know you want to achieve your goal. It doesn't matter that you know you want to be better. It doesn't matter if you know that this is what you have to do. Your brain is capable of telling you these little lies and all this nonsense, so much nonsense, anything in order to get you back to the norm, back to what's comfortable, back to what makes you feel safe and secure. You see, your brain's a great thing, but your brain is a little bitch, okay? You don't want to be a bitch. You have to take control of your mind. You know that you exist. You know that there's something in you that has goals, has aspirations, that knows what is right and wrong. So what's in you has to be the leader. It has to take control, and it has to be able to overpower everything else. I'm getting fucking cold out here. Time to do something about it. My diet had been good all day long. I did all my exercises. I did my workout. I even did my cardio. I did extra cardio. But when it came time to sit down and eat dinner, I was this close to totally blowing it. All because a Brazil nut was rotten. That threw me off of my plan. Then suddenly my mind was saying, well, if the plan's wrong, you can't stick to the plan. Everything's out the window. You might as well eat a little bit of this, eat a little bit of that, yada, yada, yada. No, shut up. You have to know to get your mind to be quiet. So instead, I stuck to what I was supposed to eat for dinner. Then I went on that treadmill, did an extra 20 minutes of walking. You can't let your mind and your body mess you about. You have to win. I watched a video, a compilation motivational video. A lot of those going around now. A lot of them are really, really great. On the last Sierra High, it was a physical education program tested at one American school at the behest, yes, of JFK, who is a man that I do have respect for. I did the JFK 50-miler run earlier this year. It was my first ultra distance style event. But the kids, the young men at this school were of such a spectacular level. They all had amazing physiques. Their athleticism was off the chart. It was comparing them to modern young men a night and day difference. It's like a totally different species. You have to check out the video. There's old footage of the coach. I forgot the coach's name, but he had these kids drilled like super soldiers, like they were all little Captain Americas in training. It was absolutely amazing to see, and it's really horrible that young men now don't get to experience something like that, because that's a life-changing thing. That shows them that they have control and that they can be something great. In case you're wondering, I'm putting a big tractor tire. So seeing this last Sierra High and comparing it to the high school experience that I had, it made me realize how unfortunate and how far we have fallen from the ideals of progress and of just being good, being true to yourself, doing what you know makes sense, what you know is right. I wish I had had a high school experience like that. Instead, I messed about almost every day in high school. It was almost a total waste of time. Almost learned nothing. I'm sure many of you had a very similar experience. Even if you got good grades, you know, it didn't take that much effort to get good grades. The courses are basically designed now so that if you put in even the minimal amount of work, you are gonna get a good mark. It's sad how low the standard is. Now, I'm 23 years old, and I'm only learning now what I should have learned when I was 14, 15, and what I would have learned through this sort of a program, through teaching reality and honesty and just the things that men have always known in the past. The things the ancient Greeks, the ancient Romans, the ancient Vikings, all of these people knew, they knew was common sense, and yet just gets ignored now. It's absolutely crazy, and there's something seriously wrong with the way society is heading. The young men are the backbone and the future of any given civilization. That's the way it's always been. That's the way it always will be. Any civilization that gives up on, no, intentionally sabotages the young generation of men is doomed. There is no way that we can continue down the road that we currently are. Men, young men, older men need to teach the younger men the basic things to get by. The basic things about how to live in this world. Not to eat for pleasure. Your body is a machine. You have to fuel it. Not to masturbate. Not to watch porn. They didn't even have porn back then. Not the way that we have porn now. When I was in high school, I was taught that masturbation and watching porn was perfectly fine, perfectly healthy, perfectly normal. It makes no sense. We all know it's not normal. We all know it's not healthy. And yet that's what they're telling everybody. This is the lie that we are telling ourselves. Everybody nowadays is just lying to them all day long. And that's what giving up on your goals is. That's just lying to yourself. And even if you think, well, I'm not giving up, I'm going to get back on it tomorrow. No. That in itself is a lie, because you know you won't get back on it tomorrow. You know that if you let it slide one day, that's it. You are toast. Momentum is key. Everybody who makes any progress in life does it by making sure that they are maintaining their momentum and making progress every single day. So, because we already know the older men have failed us, it comes down to us younger men, and I'm still relatively young at the age of 23. I think it comes down to guys my age to set the example and to fix what the last generation obviously totally messed up. We need to get the basics straight and make sure that we start with ourselves, because the society, yes, the society is powerful. Yes, it is a system. However, it's made up of individuals. And actually, I think that it is not the society that goes bad and poisons the individuals, but actually it is that the society is always the mirror of the quality of the individuals. When the individuals are all sick and all rotten, that's when the society itself starts to show signs of a problem. So just strip it down to the fundamentals. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your job is, what your situation is. But as a young man, it is your responsibility to be fit. It is your responsibility to be healthy. It is your responsibility to maintain a good moral character, not to do the things that you know you shouldn't be doing. Those three things are the bare minimum, because if you don't have those three down, you can't really be effective at anything. If you don't have your health, you're just useless. You're a liability. If you don't have your fitness, you don't have any power, you don't have any self-respect. And if you don't have your morals, if you can't look at yourself in the eye, in the mirror when you wake up in the morning, and maybe you're not proud of what you're doing, but at least not be ashamed of what you are doing, then how are you going to go about your day? You're just going to be making things worse. So that's it. It's time for everybody, and I'm speaking to me first and foremost, to stop making excuses and to get serious. You have to work out every single day. You have to eat a sensible diet, not for the pleasure of eating. You aren't a dog, you're a man, you're a higher being. You have to eat to fuel yourself and to give yourself what you need to go by and nothing more. You don't need pleasure from your food. Pleasure is a lie in itself. What you really need is progress, to be releasing the dopamine in your brain and giving you constant motivation to keep going. But anyways, that's a topic for another day. Yeah, that's about it. That's what I wanted to say. I was just walking on the treadmill there and had to let this out. I've been making some other videos. I want to make videos, but there's so much bullshit in videos. There's so much nonsense in videos, and really, sometimes something serious, something real has to be said. And tonight, that was just one of those moments. I was almost going to break. I was almost going to let myself set back and fail, and you just cannot do it. There isn't time. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family. You owe it to your friends. You owe it to all your hundreds, if not thousands, of ancestors who came before you. They struggled, they fought and died in the dirt to give you a chance. This is your time. This is your opportunity. You have to seize it. Don't let another single day go by. This is not the time for excuses. You're not a child anymore. You're a man. You have to start acting like it. Okay, well, that's some energy burnt off. That's my message said, and I'm out.